Now we need to set up the lighting for the scenes. In the environment, we can adjust the direction of the sunlight. I can set the sun to any time of day, even night, depending on what kind of look we need. In the cloud setting, we can control how cloudy the sky is or even turn the clouds on or off. We can also adjust the exposure in the camera setting. The global is just to bring it to a normal balanced level. After that, I tweak the sign direction again to make it closer to the lighting in our reference image. I try to find a tone everything because I want to render the sense and move on the final step. Finally, we reached the most exciting part of the project, the rendering stage. I open the render setting, and the first thing I do is define the image aspect ratio and render quality. Here, I choose a 1:1 ratio and set the quality to 4K. If you're planning to use a D5 AI, making sure the image quality is set to 4K, not lower and not higher. The aspect ratio doesn't really matter for AI, but the quality 4K is very important. Another useful option is that I can adjust the FOV speciality for this render without changing my camera setting. I can also control the focal lenses separately. This is allowing me to create a tele or wide angle render directly from here. I can also set the image dimension to any size I want by adjusting the render width and height. You can enable any channel you need, and it will be rendered together with main image. Just keep it in mind that each additional channel increases the render time. However, if you plan to use a D5 AI, the AI channel must be enabled. So, to use a D5 AI, there are two things you must do. First, make sure your image is rendering in 4K, and second, ensure that the AI channel is turned on. Now I just need to hit the render button and wait for the render to finish. Now I just need to hit the render button and set the save as, and wait for the render to finish. A few important tips. First, make sure your graphic drivers is up to date. This can really help performance. Second, make sure you log it in with your email so you can access D5 feature like assets and AI. When the render is finished, a window will be open where you can go to your render folder and see the main render aligned with any channel you created. As you can see, the render isn't bad, but what we really want is higher quality render. You could spend more time edifying to get a higher quality output. But in this tutorial, I want to introduce you to the AI image identifier. To use this feature, just click on an AI post-processing and enter the AI word in the list that appears. Select the render you want and then go to the AI style transfer section. Here we have two main sections, stylized and realistic. In the stylized section, we have a fun, creative style like a colored pencil, pastel, and a sketch or model-like look. You can try them out. They are really cool, and you can transform your render into any of these styles. The next section is realistic, which includes several styles that make your render look more realistic. This includes different seasons like summer, autumn, and even winter, which adds snow to the sets. For example, here I'm testing the spring style. You can see how realistic the image looks now. You can easily download the image in a high quality. In the next step, there is another option here, the last one. Call it Style Transform from Reference. This feature lets you use the lighting, shadow, and colors from the reference image and apply them to your render. It only transfers the render style, color, and lighting, and it does not change your design at all. Here, we are using the same Pinterest reference image with stars with. You can see how close the lighting, materials, and shadow are the reference image, even better than the original photo. In the next step, I'm going to apply unrealistic style to the same render so you can see and compare the results.